Hi, I'm Rebecca Gordon.
She's just telling me a joke about her son, so I'm laughing. I gotta focus on the Wednesday wrap up. I'm gonna focus. What are we gonna talk about?
Late breaking hot news from Florida. If you live in that great state, stay tuned because you're gonna want to hear this.
Florida Blue is now available to independent agents. I stole your thunder. We'll put the details in. We'll put the details in. Stay tuned.
We're not gonna
we'll put the details. Okay. Aha! See, they stayed tuned.
No, they did.
They stayed in.
This is awesome. They are one of the top 3 largest players in the state. They've always been only captive, but
so
now
who's the biggest player in Florida?
Humana.
Who does the most business, MAPD business in Florida?
Humana.
Number 2?
Number 2 is United Healthcare.
Number 3?
Blue Cross of Florida.
I thought Aetna was bigger.
You are incorrect.
I don't know. Maybe it's close, but
Florida
will overtake. Florida Blue is big.
It's a household name.
It's always been captive.
The household name's always been captive. Can't touch them. And this is really great news for everybody.
And so, if you already have a Florida Blue contract, you got to stay there.
Yeah.
You're captive. You got to operate under the terms of that contract.
What
which
happens?
Is an exclusive, basically, deal.
What happens if they beg, scream, and try to cross over?
They could lose their renewals. So if you already have an existing exclusive contract, be careful before you mess with that.
Yes.
For all the rest of you brokers, especially the thousands of brokers that have non-resident licenses,
oh, sure. Yeah.
call your marketer, get contracted today. You can still pick this up for this AEP. Of course, they're expanding a tremendous portfolio, and you want them if you do have a Florida license. It's always been awkward for me when they're like, "What about Florida Blue?" And it's like, "Oh, I don't sell for them." It's like,
yeah, that always stinks as a producer to say that.
So now we have it. We have a lot of other new products that are new to the market or new to Gordon Marketing, such as Kaiser Permanente, that we're going to talk about next week. We're going to do the whole episode just on new products.
So stay tuned for
Okay,
that.
so if you have questions now, you don't want to wait, call your marketer about the new products.
So it's a big week this week. We have our Aep Kickoff in beautiful Carmel, Indiana. And a lot of you might be thinking...
Most of the Beth moms ever will be there. I can't talk. A lot of times I do this.
A lot of people say, why should I go? I go to the rollouts. I mean, my God, I've been to a bunch of rollouts virtually.
They're like, I did AHIP. I did all my product certs. My brain is full of Medicare training. Why do I need to come spend 3 more hours with you guys?
The cool thing that we do, and if you're new to our event, I'm going to tell you what, this will be the best 3 hours you invest all year long, because we take this stuff that nobody tells you that typically you find out and it's already too late. It's already in air. Your customer's already been hurt and you just didn't know because nobody talks about it.
This is water.
It is water. Do you think it's more than water?
If it was Everclear, I'd spread it out.
Ooh, it brings back high
So
school.
we have a lot of carriers that attend our events, and they come up to us and they're like, hey, I've been to 5 other FMO's events, and you guys had a lot of seminal information that people should know that nobody's talking about. And we pride ourselves on that. So the weird thing is when you come to one of our events, you're like, this doesn't flow. It's just like weird nugget, weird nugget, weird nugget. Yeah, because this is just stuff that happened during the year, either with the government, with the carriers, with your state, that you need to know that there's not really a platform to get it out there because it's not on Aep and it's not in the carrier certification. It's not in.
And we try to do it throughout the year, right?
Right.
We'll bring
people miss it.
But yeah, so we bring all the big stuff and it's. And
I get at least one agent a year that gets me by the throat and goes, why didn't I know this? It's always like, John. I know, but seriously, they're like super up in my face. Why didn't I know this?
Right.
Why didn't anybody tell me this? And they get all up in my case. We put it in the email. I don't read all my emails. I get too many emails. I feel you. Yeah. That's why we also put it on the videos. That's why we also do there's a lot of information. To defend the guys that get up in my face, I get it. There's a lot that's constantly changing that we miss. I missed a ton last year due to COVID. And I've gone to a lot of carriers and going, how come I didn't know this? So the same thing the agents do to me. And they're like, well, we announced it during COVID. Right. That was kind of like a black hole. So there's a lot of stuff that we bring to the kickoff. So we're having our Indiana event here this week, and then we'll be
Georgia the following week, and then the following week
I'm in Idaho, and then I'm in New York.
Yep.
For some of you that have agencies, that have teams of agents that can't attend event or due to the health situation didn't want to attend event, we can just do an event, a live webinar for your people to keep you up to date. So take us up on that. I'm doing one tomorrow. Just call us and let's get it booked. We'll do it just for your 6 or 10 agents and bring you guys up to speed. It's better than just sending you an email, because then you can't ask the questions and get the clarification. So, for example, one of the things we're going to cover at Kickoff
is the Venice Act.
So take action. Tell your member to pass this. We've been trying to get this passed for quite a few years, and it passed December 20th of 2020, and most people don't know about it.
Yeah, so it's going to take effect January 2023. And basically, you know, when you enroll in Part B, if you don't enroll correctly and you get a late Part B penalty.
The way you fix it is you have to enroll in the general election period, which is the first quarter of every year, which has been this way for 50 years.
But you can only enroll in the first quarter of the year,
which is called the general election period, the GEP.
And it doesn't take effect until July.
Which is stupid. We've never understood why you have this 7 month wait.
You have no coverage.
No coverage, and your penalty, right? So what? So the Venice Act changes that.
Gets rid of that 7 months.
So now instead of the first quarter of the year,
it's this last quarter.
The last quarter. So it's not even the full last quarter.
And
it's October 15th
to December 15th.
December 31st.
Yeah, well, your slide said December 15th.
It didn't. Check it.
Did you just change it?
Nope. Bet me $5 right now.
No, I think it did say the 31st. I will not bet
See
her.
if you back her down.
I will.
But it's not the full third. It's
money.
not the full last quarter of the year. It's like I said, it's a little weird. It's October 15th.
And it takes effect the next month.
So if you are a late Part B enrollee and you say, oh, you got to wait till January, they missed it. They had to do it by December. And if you waited till January thinking you're going to get July, you were uninformed, misinformed, and now you caused your client to get another year of penalties, which they could be 10%. Very, very mad about. Now, you still have a year to get your hands around this because, again, it doesn't take effect.
Till 2023. Maybe I'll have it down by then.
So you have all of 2022 to go into it, and we're going to go into more of the Venice Act at our kickoff. Okay, but that's just one of the things that most people haven't heard about, don't fully understand, and there's no platform. The carriers aren't pushing it, that we want you to understand this before you give erroneous advice and cause your client to get a penalty that they could be very mad about. Okay, let's talk about your August 31st save the date.
Save the date. So on August 31st, we will be having a large training webinar with our ACA carriers. United Healthcare has entered the market. These are the states. So if you at all have clients, and I'm sure we all do, who are under 65, spouses, whatever, the market is still viable. The landscape of carriers has never been bigger. And on the 31st, each rep is going to go through their plan, how to enroll, the ins and outs, be on it.
Let's talk about pay to delay, which, again, we go into more in the kickoffs. What is pay to delay?
God, I think this just sounds awesome. So when a new drug has just been patented, I hate you. Maker of a brand name drug pays generic drugs to delay rolling out their generic drug.
It's so complicated. So let's say I have Lipitor, and I'm the maker, the patent maker, and I have a 7-year lock on it, right? I paid to bring it to market. I got the lock. That sounds fair.
Sounds fair.
Now the 7 years are up, and it's going to go to generic.
Okay.
The patent maker pays the generic drug company not to bring it.
To just sit on it.
Delay on it, right.
Just keep it on its shelf?
Just delay, yeah.
So then who can buy the drug? No one?
You can buy the brand name drug.
So you can only buy the brand name
drug. Right. So it smacks of...
So the amount of money that they
dishonesty,
are paying has got to be astronomical.
Right. So the Biden administration asked the FTC to ban pay to delay. I don't know if that's going to happen. But it's just we're trying to figure out what's going on with all this manipulation of drug prices where the 100 most popular drugs have gone up like 250% in the last 5 years. It's like insanity. We can all agree upon that. And it's just interesting, all the different things all the levers that are in play to keep those prices artificially high. One of the things Biden is talking about is allowing us to import our drugs legally from Canada. That comes around all the time. People have been doing it for years. We've been doing it my entire career. People have been doing it, even though it is against the law. nobody's ever been prosecuted for it. But
Mom has.
Again, we'll go into that a little bit more at kickoff. But just know that there are a lot of factors keeping those drug prices artificially high. Doctors.
This is a little bit of a vulgar picture.
I don't approve of it, personally.
But I think it says something.
Doctors get paid astronomically low reimbursements on Medicare to begin with. It's very low. So then when you factor in inflation and they don't get a pay raise, they're very upset, and they do vulgar things.
This is what happens
on Shutterstock.
No pay raise for this year.
So right now, CMS does not have any pay raise for doctors, so the lobbyists and everybody's going to go to work to see if they can overturn that. Last year, doctors got a pay raise, about
3%?
Almost 4%, right? So if they don't get a pay raise, or if they get a much, much lower than expected pay raise, what happens?
They stop taking Medicare patients.
Right. So...
Not good.
Yeah, it's not good. And we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And the doctors make very little. That's the thing. Is my friends, our doctors, our general practitioners, we make more than they do. Well-paid insurance agents make more than doctors. You don't know how low these reimbursements are, which is why doctors don't want a larger percentage of their practice dedicated to Medicare or Medicaid.
No doubt.
So it's harder to get in.
My Eagles.
Your Eagles.
So I just came off of a fabulous week at Mackinac Island with this esteemed group called the Eagles Club with United American Globe Life. And I just want to give a shout out to my new best friends that I met on this trip. And you know who you are, my pickleball buddies. But just an exceptional group of people, very successful, very kind. I love being around people who want to share their successes and share their secret, whatever their secret, but to help everybody. Because if we all grow in this industry, our industry stays healthy and vibrant. So these are my new best friends. You will all be getting a Christmas card from me this year. Love it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you do not subscribe, please just do us a favor and hit the subscribe button. You're so close to hitting our goal.
I hear from all of you. I heard from all of you how you watch this show, how your sales team watches the show, and we want to keep putting out content.
It doesn't cost you any money to hit the subscribe button. It just helps us because we are still sitting on these boxes.
God-awful boxes.
Which are very uncomfortable.
Super uncomfortable.
And that our team said when we got to 7,000 subscribers, we could get better chairs.
My God, just
so
hit the
it's
button.
up to you to hit the stupid button.
Chris Graham,
and help us out.
Please.
Hit the button. Hit the button. Thank you guys. Have a great week. Hope to see a lot of you that are local to the Midwest at our kickoff this week. And see the rest of you next week right here.
Good selling.